Let's say you are given a choice. You have to finish a special project within 30 days. And for the payment, the company gave you two options. First, you will get 1 cent on day 1. The amount will double every day, until day 30, and you will get the final amount. That means, on day 1, the amount will be 1 cent. And on day 2, it will be 2 cents. On day 3, it will be 4 cents, and so on, until day 30. Or, you can choose option 2. Option 2 is you'll get a lump sum payment of $1 million after the 30 days. So, which option will you take? If you are not familiar with compound interest, you might take option 2, the $1 million. If you take option 1, however, you will get, not 1 million, not 2 million, but $10,737,418.24 to be exact. How did the amount get so big when it started with 1 cent? This is what we call compound interest. The wise man, Albert Einstein, once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." So what is actually compound interest? Compound interest is also called interest on interest. To understand it easier, let me give you an example of compound interest, compared to simple interest. Let's say you put your money of $1,000 in an investment. And the company says it will give you interest of $100 every year. This is called simple interest. So in this example, you will get $100 on your first year. Plus your principal of $1,000, the total amount you will have is $1,100. In the second year, you will receive another $100 of interest. So that will increase your total to $1,200. $1,000 from your principal, $100 from first-year interest, and $100 from second-year interest. So, after 10 years, you will have a total of $100 times 10 years of interest, which is $1,000, plus the $1,000 of your principal. And a grand total of $2,000 by the end of 10 years. Now, let's take a look at another example. Instead of receiving $100 every year, this time, the company gave you 10% interest every year. So at the end of the first year, you will receive 10% of $1,000. You will get $100. So now, your balance is $1,100. In the second year, you will get another 10%. But not from $1,000. Because your balance is now $1,100. So 10% from $1,100 is $110. So now, your balance is $1,210. This is how it will look after 10 years. You will get $2,593.74. Compared to only $2,000 with simple interest. So the longer the period is, the more it will grow. Just like a snowball. So how can we calculate the compound interest? We can calculate it using this formula. A represents the amount you will get. P represents the principal, the amount you start with. R represents interest rate in decimal. For example, if the interest is 10%, then the R should be 0.1. N represent the number of times interest is compounded per unit T. And T represents time. For example, if your investment is $1,000, and the interest is 10% per year, and you want to calculate it for 10 years, it should be written like this. Of course you might need a calculator or a paper to calculate this compound interest. But there is one way you can roughly do estimation. It is by using the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is a simple way to determine how long an investment will take to double, given a fixed annual rate of interest. By dividing 72 by the annual rate of return, investors obtain a rough estimate of how many years it will take for the initial investment to duplicate itself. For example, if the interest rate is 8% a year, how many years will it take for a $1,000 investment to become $2,000? Just divide 72 by the interest rate, which is 8. So, it will take roughly 9 years for the $1,000 principal to become $2,000. This would be very useful if you need to do a quick, rough estimation of the compound interest. Support us by pressing like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like these.